Okay, so let's finish up the table and then we're going to find the mean standard and the standard deviation. Okay, so from the table, you know the table we had, it was like this. We had the table like this, if you remember. Here the masses, and then here the frequency, right? So here we had 6, 8, 12, 14, 7, 3. Okay, so we had numbers like this. Okay, so here we had 40 to 49. Okay, and then here we had 50 to 59. And then here we had the 60 to 69. And then here we had the 70 to 79, 80 to 89, 90 to 99. Okay, this is what we had. Okay, so we need now to fill up this table so that we find the standard deviation and eventually the variance. So you remember we came up with 44.5. Okay, here they are the masses. We have to convert to x. Now to find the x, it's more like the average of the masses. So 40 plus 49 divided by 2 is what gave us 44.56 is the frequency 6. For 40 to 49 the frequency is 6. Okay, and then we have 8, okay, which is 50 to 59, the frequency is 8. So 50 plus 59 divided by 2, that is 54.5. Okay, so you have to do just like that. 72 plus 79, you divide by 2, 60 plus 9 divided by 2, 50 plus 59. 60 plus 69 divided by 2, that is 64.5. Okay, so you can do even for the rest of the numbers. So this is what we are getting. Okay, so remember x and f, they have to multiply to come up with fx. So 44.5, which is x, times 6, which is f, it is 267. So you have to do even this one. 54.5 times 8, the answer there, this times this. Okay, just like that. Let's fill up the table. Okay, so after that, this is what we are getting. It's what you are getting as well. Then that's how you do it. And then to solve for this other one, what you need to do is 44.5, the 44.5 squared, since x is squared, so it means don't interpret it the other way, but interpret it like I'm showing you. 44.5, you have to square here, you multiply by the frequency, for example 6. Okay, this you square multiply by 6, so this is it, which means x squared times f, which is going to give you fx squared. It's more like 2 times x squared, which is 2x squared. Okay, like that. So that's how you do it. Don't do it the other way around. So let's see what it means. So let's square on your calculator. If possible, you just have to put this between the the brackets and then you multiply by 6. So what is it giving us? 44.5 squared. Okay, answer multiply by 6, sorry. Multiply 44.5 squared multiplied by 6. It's giving us okay 11881.5. Okay, also 54.5 squared times 8, or 54.5 times 54.5 times 8. Okay, the answer you put there. Okay, let's finish up this. Okay, so that's what we are having. Okay, now let's sum up everything. Let's sum up the frequency. Okay, 6 plus 8 plus 12 plus 14 plus 7 plus 3. We sum up the frequency, the answer we get here. Also here we sum up everything, answer here. Also here we sum up and then we put the answer there. We have to add everything in this column, everything in that one, everything here. Okay, let's add everything. Okay, so this is what we are having. So it's just a matter of being accurate, because one mistake may mess up everything. So you just have to be precise and accurate. Okay, just have to make sure that you are accurate, so that you get everything correct, you get all the marks. Okay, so let's see. For standard deviation, the formula now, let's apply the formula. SD, or just S, is the square root of summation of fx squared over the summation of f. Remember, only this, and then after that minus. Remember, we are dividing this, not everything. So this one should end here, not continuing from there. And then here, let's see, mean, which is x bar, remember, and then you have to square the mean. Okay, so standard deviation will be equal to, let's see, what is our fx squared? Okay, so summation of fx squared is the sum total we got is what? 240042.5. Okay, so 240042.5, and then over, what is the frequency? We got what? 50, right? So here we are putting what? Sum of the frequency 50 minus the mean. What is the mean? Okay, if you haven't looked for a mean, I am sure you found it, but let me show you. Here is what we do. Mean, which is x bar, the summation of fx over the summation of f. Okay, so the mean will be equal to, what is our fx? Sum of fx, okay, is remember in this column is 3395. Okay, so here you put 3395, and then you divide the frequency. Sum of the frequency, you know, it's 50, which is there. Okay, 50 here. So we have to put here 50. Okay, so what do we get as the, what do we get? We divide. So we get 67.9. Okay, so 7.9, that's our mean. So 67.9. Remember, it is squared, so we put it between the bracket and then we square. Okay, so standard deviation will be equal to, okay, so here you need to divide. So what are you getting? 2400 for 2.5 divided by 5. So we get 4,800.85 minus, okay, so we square 7.9 squared, we get 4,600, what? So we get 4,610.41. Okay, 0.41. Okay, so this is what we are getting. Okay, so the standard deviation will be 4,800.85 minus 4,800. So 4,800.85 minus 4,610.41. That will give us 190.44. Is that what's giving you? So 190.44. Okay, so our standard deviation will be the square root of 190.44, which is going to give us 13.8. So this is how we find the standard deviation. Okay, remember the variance is remember from the ungrouped data, we said the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. Okay, so if you are looking for this standard deviation, if you are looking for variance having standard deviation, we can say square here, and then we square this square root will cancel with the square will cancel the square root. So what are you going to remain with? Standard deviation squared is equal to the variance, isn't it? So if we square this one, 13.8, we are going to get the what? The variance. So therefore, the variance is equal to SD squared. So therefore, the variance is 13.80 squared. So if you square this, the answer we're going to get will be the variance. Okay, but it's not common, so we can end here. Okay, I'm sure you have gotten something, and this is how we do it. Next, we are going to learn how to plot, okay, the curves.